Welcome to the channel. My name is Shrivani and I'm here to help you interpret your cosmic map. Let's go sign by sign to understand what's your prarabdha in June. But remember, your destiny is always in your hands and you can change it. There is free will, guys. Okay, let's begin. Aries, Mesha, Shukra Lagna. Shukra in your Lagna is helping you to be poised, patient, graceful, beautiful. All things good are coming to you. But the one thing is your logic goes amiss. Your emotions cloud your good judgment. Nevertheless, you are going to enter and expand your social circle this year, and it's only going to help you in the longer run. This is an excellent time for you to be expanding your connections and networking, and it's also a great time for your finances. The advice for you is to stay patient. And as Mars enters Leo on 7th of June, although the conjunction is not that tight, it is a Mars Ketu conjunction. And if you can handle the energy, you will reach great heights in this time. Taurus, Rishabha natives. Whatever planets are in Rishabha for you, Sun and Mercury's conjunction in Rishabha is going to be very helpful for your intellect, intelligence. It creates a Buddha Aditya Yoga and it blesses you with great health this month. There is some excessive amount of spending, but nevertheless, you are going to spend it for the right things, although a little impulsively, and you're going to spend it on you, so there's nothing to be worried about. Mercury is going to enter your second house, and that is going to be very, very helpful in your cash flows this month. Jupiter is already there, and this is a great time for you to be building multiple sources of income. This is a great time for you to stay focused, build your career, build your wealth streams. And also, if you are patient enough and if you are in for the longer game, your investments are going to pay off in the long run. Although right now it might feel very dreary, things might feel stagnant, but trust me, if you are in the long game, it's going to really benefit you. A Mars Ketu conjunction in your fourth house is going to happen from the 7th of June, and this conjunction is going to wreak havoc more than Mars being debilitated in your third house. And it is very important to not be aggressive at home, or you might come off as a dictator during this time and lose some of the privileges that you have at home. Gemini, Mithuna Lagna. Lagna Guru is going to ward off 100 evils, guys. Jupiter is going to help you greatly, and with Mercury, your Lagna Lord, joining it from June 15, your golden age is gonna begin. Mark your calendars, June 15th. This month, you are going to be working very hard in your career, and you're trying to climb the corporate ladder, and you're also going to see some very good gains in your investments. And overall, this is a great time for you guys. What is the problem then? Catch then. The catch is that Rahu in your ninth house and Ketu in the third are warning you, make you seem like you're retracted from your friends. Rahu and Ketu's transit in Aquarius and Leo is not that favorable right now. Be very careful when you are communicating and avoid being overly optimistic, which Rahu will do, but a good amount of optimism will help. Excessive optimism is the problem here. With Jupiter in the Lagna, you will be lucky for sure, but just don't stretch it. Karka, Cancer. Mars, Mangal is a Yoga Karaka for Karka natives. And that in your Lagna, although it is debilitated, is going to be very fruitful for you in the longer run. Ketu in the second will make you retract from spending and will push you to build wealth for the longer term. So Mars and Ketu are going to be conjunct in your second house from 7th of June, and this is going to impact the way you spend. It's going to be sudden, it's going to be aggressive, and you might end up losing out on a large amount of cash, and also spoiling relationships with your family members due to verbal spats. So it is advisable for you to be tight-lipped and be introspective and think before you speak during this time. Sun and Mercury is entering your 12th house along with Jupiter, and that is only going to increase your expenses, but it will be proving to be fruitful in the longer run. This is you spending to cater to your curiosity, useful spending in the long run. Simha, Ashtama Shani is going on for Leo moon natives. You need to rest that phoenix before it rises from the ashes. This is a resting period for you guys. This is a testing period for you guys. Enough said. Leo natives also have Ketu in Leo, and this is also testing your mental stamina. I will caution you and warn you, if you see some signs of mental distress, I urge you to please consult a doctor during this time. Do not hesitate to take good care of yourself in this time. The good thing now is that Sun is going to be in your 10th house for 2 more weeks, and then it's going to join Jupiter in your 11th house. And despite all the turmoil that you are going through, you will see some gains in the career front and in terms of the gains in your investments. A debilitated Mars in your 12th house is making you lose money due to emotional outbursts and emotional spending. Your activities are being guided by a subconscious aggression, anger. Your actions have an underlying anger in them, and that is what is going to propel you this month. Because Mars is going to transit into your Lagna, it being the ninth lord is entering your Lagna and will bring tremendous amount of luck. But since Ketu is at the end of Leo, although it's not a very tight conjunction, it is going to be definitely a very aggressive placement. A Mars Ketu conjunction is a Pishacha Yoga, and that happening in your Lagna means you are now going to strive to overcome all your obstacles, because a Mars Ketu personality is such. It will try to overcome unsurmountable tasks. It feels extremely adventurous. It does not listen to anybody. It moves on instinct, and it isolates itself, and it will come out on top at the end. So it is definitely a very important time in your life, where you learn to be a lone warrior, and you will understand that you do not need anybody to overcome all your troubles. Kanya, Ketu exits your first house, and it ends you overextending yourself constantly. It has been the case for the past 18 months. Now, as Rahu enters your sixth house and Ketu moves from your sixth house into the seventh, that is, Rahu and Ketu switch their positions. This is the time your focus shifts to your work. You were focused excessively on your relationships, but now you have come to a comfortable place there, and however tough lessons you seem to be going through in terms of your relationships, that now takes a back seat, and you are focusing on what is the work at hand. Shani is Drigbali in your seventh house, and it's going to make you work hard on that front, which you are already doing, and it will help you build partnerships now that will last a lifetime. Whatever partnerships that you are making right now will define your future for the next 30 years. Venus in your 8th is making you go for impulsive investments and short term gains, which will help your cash flow. Buddha Aditya Yoga in your ninth house currently, and then Sun and Mercury moving along with Jupiter in your 10th house is going to be very favorable and bring in opportunities that you never thought were possible. However, a Mars Ketu conjunction in your 12th house is going to happen from 7th of June, and this placement is definitely intensifying your spiritual experiences. Mars, being a negative planet for you, was doing good when it was debilitated in your 11th house, and as it moves to your 12th house, it becomes stronger. But since the 8th lord is in the 12th house, it is a Viparita Raja Yoga for you, and it will do more good than harm in the longer run. A subconscious aggression is going to present itself in all your actions, and you need to meditate to identify that aggression and turn it into spiritual development for yourself. Libra, Tula Rashi. For my Libra natives, Ketu moves into your 11th house and you start pruning your network. You do not crave any validation from external sources now, and your focus is on your creativity. You want to create your truth. You are shining light on new age technology, and you're doing this for yourself. Jupiter in the ninth establishes you as an expert in the field of communicating these technological changes that are happening right now, that are going to define the coming decades. And this is a very important year for Libra natives as they lead in the zodiac as innovators this year. Not only that, a favorable Rahu in the 5th and a favorable Ketu in the 11th for Libra natives will help them use the gains that they received in pioneering new research and new technology. Not only that, it also helps them in setting new trends, while the Jupiter in the 9th house is warding off 1,000 evils. Libra, this is your year. Use this time wisely. Scorpio, Vrishchika Rasi. With Ketu in your 10th and Mars moving along with Ketu in your 10th house from the second week of June, you no longer crave things, as you stop believing in the proverbial saying that the ends justify the means. For you, now is a time to expand your investments. You will invest in properties and look for gains in the future. Right now, you are seeking peace and you are trying to build a safe space, a sanctum for your health. Venus in the 6th is not a very favorable time. And with Sun and Mercury moving away from your 7th house into the 8th house, you are trying to build wealth for the long run. I'll have to stress on this point. With Venus in your 6th house, you have to be extremely careful in not squandering relationships you worked so hard in building. Do not squander relationships that you worked so hard for. A strong and powerful 1st and 8th Lord in the 10th house bring about transformations in the personality and make you shine. And this is your secret for success this month. Sagittarius, Dhanu. Sagittarius moon natives, Saturn is in your fourth house, and if you understand astrology, you will know that Saturn in the fourth house is not very favorable for your inner peace. But that said, Saturn's aspect on your Lagna is making you wiser, because Sagittarius can take that kind of pressure because it belongs to Jupiter, and Jupiter itself is a very heavy planet, and Sagittarius is never forgets its duty. So Saturn's aspect is 10th aspect is not bringing you down, it's not breaking you, but it is making you wiser. Jupiter's 7th aspect on Lagna is definitely helping you here, and Jupiter's 5th aspect on your 11th house is bringing you some major gains from past investments. But a word of caution, as Mars is debilitated in your 8th house, do not impulsively squander your wealth which you have built so carefully. Venus in your 5th will create space for some passionate encounters. Brace yourself. Your focus, though, right now is in skill building, as you feel like you need to learn a lot and there's very little time. You might pick up a new instrument in this time. Have fun, Sagittarius. This is definitely a very exciting time for you. The Rahu Ketu in your 3rd and 9th house is very favorable right now, and you will see some very quick results with respect to building new skills and using all that adventurous Shakti that you have in you. To all that you have seen and understood is now crystallizing into sharpening your tools and building new skills. Capricorn, Makara Rashi. Multiple income streams manifesting for you this month. Saturn in the 3rd house is also a very favorable placement. Ketu in the 8th and Rahu in the 2nd are also favorable, as you are going to use all the wealth that you have accumulated so far in a very positive manner. Rahu in the 2nd is, like I said, providing 100 ways to earn money, and you are going to put that money to very good use. Spend some on your family. You will also delve deep into occult this time, and what I see for you is you are also going to be very comfortable. As Mercury enters your 6th house, any roga that you're facing, any ill health that you're facing right now is going to be cured. So overall, I see that it is a favorable time for you, Makara. However, you are gaining some deep insight into understanding how power works in a very sudden manner, as Mars shifts into Leo in your 8th house, that transforms your outlook on life and changes you completely internally. Although externally you still might look like the same person, internally you are completely changed because of this experience. So you will be looking optimistically for such an experience, is what I believe. You will be forced to let go of power overtly, but you will understand how to control it, wield it without being that obvious. Aquarius, Kumbha, it's all about you this 18 months. But for Aquarius moon natives, Sadesati is already happening. That is, Saturn is 12th, is second from your moon, and that is an ongoing test. And Rahu, now on your moon, makes you overthink and overanalyze every situation. It is very hard to let go, and my sympathies lie with you. But do remember, this is the last and final test, and 18 months later, you will understand that this was all for the best, because you will understand the perils of overthinking, and you will understand that you need to be very careful in your spending, and you will have understood your personality as you have analyzed it and reanalyzed it and changed it and transformed a billion ways by the time this ends. However, Mars is aspecting with its eighth aspect, and that too is troubling. It is definitely bringing some mood swings. My suggestion for you guys is to, one, visit an astrologer, two, if required, consult a mental health professional, and three, learn how to transform your anger and your overthinking, because there's a lot of energy that is being given to you, and if you channel it wisely, you will only end up stronger mentally by the end of this transit. Pisces, Meena. Rahu has moved from Pisces into Aquarius. For Pisces moon natives, this is a good news, although Saturn is still over your moon. But it's a partially good one, because Rahu in 12th from the moon and Saturn transiting over the moon still puts the moon in the influence of Papa Grahas. Your mind is still going through some serious trouble. There is nobody around you to give you that comfort that you were so used to, and you cannot really escape anywhere right now. The one good thing is Jupiter in the 4th, along with Buddha and Surya from June 6th, will provide some comfort to you materially. As far as Pisces ascendants are concerned, Venus in your second house is bringing some short term cash flow. Rahu in your 12th is increasing expenses, and Jupiter is aspecting that Rahu in the 12th house. So, massive expenses. The best thing you can do right now is to not escape, not squander all that you have, and try to pour that money into safer investments. If you want to rest properly. If you want to expend your physical health, do it for the right things. Focus on retreating mindfully. focus on spending mindfully. A Mars Ketu Pishacha Yoga is forming in your 6th house, and Papa Grahas in the 6th house is not that bad a placement. However, you will see that there will be sudden problems, Rog, Rin, and Shatru, debt, disease, and enemies that will pop up, and all you need to do is ignore them and let go, and they will leave themselves. So it's a very strange time. You will intelligently, strategically ignore the problems, knowing that they are temporary and they will resolve themselves. A very master Pisces move, I would say. So at least that part is taken care of. However, spiritually, this year is going to be very rewarding for Pisces natives. Saturn forces you to retreat. Jupiter is giving you a safer space for this retreat. And Rahu is creating opportunities for you to travel to far off places, even astrally. And all of this creates some serious expansion for Pisces natives, and Pisces are already very good at it. So I do believe that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for you to spiritually awaken and to make some great progress. Antaranga sadhana is your amrita. Mark these time cycles, Kala Chakras. June 6th, Buddha enters Mithuna, and whatever lies in Mithuna, whichever house lies there, sees some great, amazing progress these months. June 15th, golden time begins for Mithuna natives, wherever Mithuna is in your chart. Again, a Mars Ketu in Leo is also defining the transits this month, and is definitely adding an impulsive and aggressive undertone to everything we are taking up. Overall, I see this as a favorable period for most people because Saturn does well in Pisces, Rahu and Ketu do well in Aquarius and Leo, respectively. Um, Sun and Mercury are doing great with Mercury in Gemini. Venus is going to do great again when it enters Taurus, and it has been doing really good for the last 4 months. And the Rahu and Saturn's Visha Yoga, I think it's Visha Yoga, is now over. So yeah, overall it's a good time for most people. Aquarius and Leo natives are definitely being tested right now, but in a good way. So these transits shape your karma, but you hold the reins. If this guidance resonated, share your rising sign and other planetary placements below, along with your experiences. Until next time, navigate the stars with wisdom, guys. It's all in your hands. Do give back by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Namaskaram.